Hello, it's Aurelia. All right, I just got to set up my timer to make sure that I don't go over my 10 minutes for you. And I just suddenly realized that I look quite dark. There we go. All right, let's go. Today is our number 6 journey. So let's see, giving from overflow, not empty. All right, so when we feel empty, first, just hi. You okay? How are you doing? How are you finding this? I want to hear. Let me know in the comments. How are you finding this doing 10 minutes a day? Is it working for you? Let's look at this together. I want you to just take a breath in and notice in yourself. Just do it really gently. How are you feeling in yourself? Are you feeling empty and low and drained? Or are you feeling quite filled up with love because you've had a good week with care and goodness? Or are you just feeling like you've leaked and oozed out into everybody else and you're empty? How are you doing? Because when we're empty and we're just living on the dregs of life, we feel really triggered, and we get triggered easily because we've got no resources. We're just an empty battery. And here's the thing, when we get that low, this week, my daughter left the car door open to air the car out, and the car battery died. And so the car battery, we phoned a friend and she brought a charger around, and the charger after 2 hours hadn't charged up the battery. So we called another friend, and he had a starter pack, and he put it on, and it went, and then finally, after quite a while, we got it going. But when you're empty, it's really hard to get going again, and it takes longer to charge yourself up because you've got so empty and so low. So if you've been empty for years, it might take a little bit longer to fill yourself up, huh? And it depends what you get to charge. Like if you do something that's gentle and slow, it might take you a while. But if you do something that really sparks you and lights you up, it will be quicker to fill you up. Yeah? So let's look together at what are these things that spark you up and slowly charge you up and fill up your love tank. Because when you are filled up, like the battery, it starts easily, it goes easily, gets you where you want to go. But if you're low and empty, it's stuck, it doesn't move anywhere, and it splutters and hey? So I want you to first notice what drains your love tank. Like for the car, it was leaving the doors open, and it just drained the light out of it. So when you just kind of open to somebody who just sucks the life force out of you, where you're just giving and giving and giving and giving, and you don't get anything, it's not nourishing and mutual, you might get drained. I noticed that for me, and then I changed my friendship circle. It didn't happen overnight. It took me over a year, or not quite, from start of the year until the school year, the next school year in September, to choose new friends. But it took quite a while for those friendships to become really strong and knowing that that's where I wanted to go. So this isn't like a quick flash in the pan, right, today I'm going to drop all these friends and tomorrow I'm going to have a whole bunch of new ones. No, it takes time to do this, but it's really good to identify, wow, I'm feeling drained by this situation. Or I'm feeling drained by myself, that I'm the one who's depleting my energy by the behaviors that I'm doing, and I want to shift my energy to myself. So have a look at what qualities in yourself that are draining you, and qualities in others, and friends, family, work, and behaviors. So that's number 1. Let's look at what drains us. And then number 2, that's part of number 1, are there toxic behaviors in you or relationships that leave you empty? And what do you need to fix the leak? So do you need to end that relationship? Only you can decide for that. Or do you find that actually that person is pretty healthy with other people, but we just have this dynamic, and I think it's because there's a skill that I'm lacking, and I need to grow the skill to be able to handle it more effectively. Or is it the fact that I'm asking something of them that they just don't have the capacity to do. And who they are, I love, but in that area, they can't give it to me. So if I keep asking them for it, I'm just going to batter my head against the wall. I can know that I can enjoy and appreciate them for that quality that they have, but not this. So, for example, I've got a dear friend who I utterly love, and I shared some stuff with her, and she just made me wrong. And I thought it was just me, that she didn't care for me, and da-da-da-da-da. And I chatted to another close friend, and they said, oh, no, we only go to her if we're happy. She's great for having fun with. She's not great for empathy. Otherwise, you just feel bad about yourself. I was like, oh, yeah, of course. Didn't click that with her because I'm always empathetic with her, so kind of expected I would get it back, but I didn't. And it was devastating for me because that's what I expected. So for me, it was like, no, I get empty when I share with her and she makes me wrong. So I'm just going to share with other people, but I could have fun with her if that works. So where are you feeling empty? So you can either change your relationships or you can accept they can only do this little bit. Like I've got another friend who's just a fabulously creative, but he doesn't have an interest in my life, but he has a huge interest in my kids' life. So I share information about my kids, and he's like kind of a bit like a godfather in a way to them, where he gets interested in my son's writing and gives him feedback on it in a way that I couldn't. And so I know that he won't, for whatever reason, be interested in me, but he loves my kids. And before that used to just crush me. And then I felt it was draining and leaking me. And I was like, I still want him for the connection he has with my kids. But I just realized I can't be met with him. And that's okay. Or is there something that's going wrong in a relationship and I'm just getting drained? Oh God, I just see the time. I'm only on number 1 and I've still got 2 and 3 to go. Okay, so number 2, know what fills your love tank so that you can give from overflow. So see what lights you up. Like we might struggle when there's some folk who are not interested in us. So who does interest you, that lights you up, that after you've had a conversation, you adore them? What activities or ways of responding to yourself or your relationships or hobbies just light you up? That's number 2. We want to see what lights us up. And I want you to tell me in the comments, what fills you up with goodness? What nourishes you? Art, creativity, dance. Share a poem that you write on this journey now, or draw us a picture of what it is. Is it going in nature or deep conversations that light you up? Those things that love you. Or is it a bath? Or is it tidying and making a pretty space so it just feels lovely? Or is it gardening? See what fills you up, or meditation, or playing with your kids, with your inner child. You need to fill up your love tank, because when your love tank is full, you see things with love and you respond with love and acceptance. Then finally, number 3, when we are securely attached and we are responding with love to ourselves, then we can teach others how to do that too. So secure attachment is tuning into ourselves, empathizing, meeting our needs, being responsive to ourselves, and being expressive. It can be creative. It can be sharing what your needs are with yourself. That's where we start. And then we can teach other people around us how to do that too. There's kind of like the 80-20% rule of our life happened to us and we're like 80% responsible of repairing it. And amongst all our other friends, that other 20% is divided, so that it's not a burden. Our healing is not a burden on other people. It's our responsibility, and we can learn these skills of filling ourselves up. And the third question I want to see is, if you just loved yourself responsively, just 5% more time every day, 5% more, loved yourself 5% more every day, how would your relationship with your life and with you change? What impact would more love have on your life? Because when we love ourselves, everything changes. How we see the world changes, how we behave changes, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our relationships, the triggers that we have, and what we do. Just everything changes. So I want us to go from this place where we're empty and being triggered all the time to where we're filled up with love, so that then we can love other people and respond to our triggers with love. All right. I look forward to hearing those 3 things from you in the comments. What drains you, what fills you, and how would life change if you had a more securely attached relationship with yourself and just loved you 5% more each day? I want to see in the comments and respond and engage, because then you get a bonus point into the contest. And if you're wanting the replays, sign up for the VIP. It's restoring.love/VIP. All right, I'm sending you love. Bye.